All right, the Sjcam 110, C110 I mean, it works mostly with your app on your phone. There's no buttons really to control the thing with it. You just get a power button here to turn it on, long press to start it up. Okay, and once it's in standby mode, you press it again to start recording. That just starts blinking. If the light's too annoying, and it's really, let me turn this light off, show you. If the light's too annoying for you, then you could just use, you could either turn it off in the settings, or, you could use like a piece of duct tape or something like that and cover it up if you want. If it's too annoying. If you're doing deliveries and stuff like that, shut it off. Oh, it beeps once to start recording, and it beeps twice to when you stop recording. This is your Wi-Fi button right here. You press that, and it starts blinking, like, it doesn't show up on camera that well, but it's like a green. It blinks green really quick like that to connect with your phone. And yeah, that's it. There's nothing on the back. There's just a lanyard strap. I believe that's the microphone. I believe that's the speaker. And on the bottom here, you got the USB-C connection for data transfer and charging. And you got a reset button right there in case it starts acting up right on the end there. And here you got the the micro SD card slot. So yeah, there you go. It's supposedly waterproof in like rain and stuff like that, but I wouldn't go dropping it into a swimming pool or anything like that. What else comes in it? What else comes with this? You got the waterproof case. It goes inside. And here you can this is for you could unscrew this to connect the USB cable, so you don't have to take the whole thing out of this. And it has a little GoPro type thing here where you could connect, mount it to your bicycle or motorcycle or stuff like that. If it's like raining outside, I guess. You're not going to get any sound. The sound's going to suck really badly when it's inside of this. So what else? You got the little necklace thing here. This is magnetic on the back. So you could stick it. This goes in the inside of your shirt. This goes in the outside. The magnet's pretty strong. It does a good job. This you got this little frame here to put it in. You gotta make sure you don't break it. You could put GoPro type accessories and stuff on this to mount it to your shirt or your bike, or chest mount, or motorcycle, whatever, helmet. Do whatever you want with it. And always make sure the lens is clean, because that'll compromise video quality too. So got a little box of stuff in here. Cleaning cloth to clean the screen. This is a lanyard strap. This is a a thing to put on to snaps in. This doesn't rotate or anything. Alligator clips to clip it onto your clothing. It's got openings there for the you can access the buttons. This is a GoPro type accessories, a thumb screw and a clip. These are sticky things, so you could stick it to your helmet or your whatever you want to stick it to. Advertising, if you want to use, stick on stuff if you want to use that. These are more things to stick it onto your helmet or whatever you want to stick it onto. USB Type-C cable, more GoPro type accessories. A 64 gigabyte SanDisk card, good quality card. Got the instruction book here. Yeah, this is the QR code to scan for the app. It's called Sjcam Zone. And you get this quick start guide. And here it is compared to my other small camera. It's the size difference. When I first got it, it was hard to take out because I was like, why the hell is it so hard to pull out of here? So then I turn around and I look in the back and they have the magnet stuck to the back. So of course, that's why. So in case you run into that problem, it's hard to take out. Just, that might be why. I believe this is also removable. The lens. I don't want any dirt to get in there. Yeah. It's removable, the lens. Okay, one thing I don't like about this, I was out, doing deliveries with this today. Compared to my other camera, of course. Whenever this case is on, it blocks your access to the USB port. All right, so it's right under there. This supports charging while recording, so you can record while you're charging it. You could record while charging with this. So, I mean, it's only if it's in the the waterproof case. If you know, you can plug in the USB down here. But how are you supposed to connect it if it's up here, or if it's down? How are you supposed to connect it if it's down here? Unlike this camera, which you can connect it. All you have to do is pull. All you have to do is pull the you know, this plug back, and then you can access the USB port to charge it while recording. That's how I do it. I plug it in to like a power bank while I'm using it, so I can get a few hours out of it. I think it's about an hour, realistically. I had it on 2K 30 doing this, so it might have been like an hour or something like that. Because you can't plug it in unless you have it in the other case, or unless you have it by itself or something like that. You can only access the power and the Wi-Fi. You can't access the charging port if it's, you know, blocked. I wish the charging port was up here somewhere, like on my other camera. You know, you could access it like that. But in this one, it's on the bottom. So that's another problem I have with this. But, you know, we'll see. You press the Wi-Fi button on the camera. Then you turn on your Wi-Fi and you select C110. It shows up. Connect. Sjcam zone. That's it. You pull up the app and that's it. Go to the settings. Get your resolution settings. 4K 30, 2K 30, 1080 60, 1080 30, 720 60, and 720 30. I want to see if it makes much of a difference. Loop recording, set that as high as possible, 10 minutes. Audio on. Let's see, EV is the exposure value. You know, just leave it at 0. Movie codec, H.264. It says H.265. You can choose whichever you want. I'll just choose H.264. White and balance, color. Just leave that as normal. If I'm going to do any, you know, color correction or anything or any kind of stuff, I'm going to do it in editing. Sharpness, leave that as standard. WDR, leave that off. Anti-shake on, anti-shake. Timestamp, leave that off. You can turn it on or off depending on what you want. I just want to see what it looks like on. Okay, so it's got a little timestamp there. That annoys me, so I'm just gonna leave it off. Strobe light. Okay, so it blinks red and blue. That's on the front. That's the strobe light. Turn that back off. Indicator lights on. Well, you could turn them off for more discreet recording, I guess. I don't know. Or you could just use a piece of duct tape or black electrical tape or something like that to cover it up. I don't know. Voice broadcast on. Camera storage. It shows the amount of storage you have left, and also, you know, you could format the card if you want to. The memory card. Frequency. Default setting. Firmware version. That's it. So you can start recording by pressing that voice. How do I turn that off? Where's the setting for turn annoying voice off? Indicated voice broadcast. That might be it. Yeah, voice broadcast off. Okay, so now, once we would start it now. Good. I don't need voice broadcast. That's just annoying to me. You can have it if you want, but I just turned it off. Okay, so in terms of video bitrate, 4K 30 file is 16 megabits per second, 30 frames per second, 16 megabits per second bitrate, 2K 30 frames per second, 14 megabits per second. And for a 1080 file, that's going to be 8 megabits per second, right? 30 frames per second, 8 megabits per second. So there's all the bit rates for the different files. And to be quite honest, they pretty much look all the same. Is it fake 4K? Is it fake 2K? Probably. Very much of a difference. 2K, 30 frames per second, 2K, 30 frames per second. .1080, 1080p, 30 frames per second. Doesn't look like that much of a difference. I'm sure the bitrate is like the same, the video bitrate. And this is no DJI Osmo or a GoPro. Let's get the sponge, see how well it picks up the details.
Wait! Why are you honking? You ran. The RAV4 was wrong for running this, cutting the BMW off, and he's honking. I should love how people leave the scooter right in the middle of the sidewalk. Yeah. That lovely traffic. Rush hour traffic. Beautiful, huh? I'm glad I'm not a part of that. What are you doing? Clearly, no, I'm not waving. Get out of the intersection. What are you doing? Get out of the intersection. You're in the middle of the street. Huh? Yeah. You know, go.